Jamshedpur have won the Hero ISL. Hyderabad are the Hero Indian Super League champions.
He's won 2 I-League titles before coming to the Hero ISL, and in the process with Gokulam Kerala FC, set the record for most number of games gone unbeaten in the league. And even though the Hero ISL hasn't seen much of him just yet, our aim on today's Let's Football Live show is to change just that. Good evening, guys. My name is Suyash, and today I will be joined by Northeast United FC head coach Vincenzo Alberto Enessi, along with anchor Khurri Irani, to go over all things Northeast United FC and also talk about how the gaffer is settling in to Guwahati. So I'll start with you, Vincenzo. How are you doing? How's Guwahati been treating you so far?
So well. Thank you for inviting me in this cast. I'm so happy to join Northeast United, and really thanks again one more time to be honored to in your program.
Likewise, Khurri, we can't get enough of you because it's not like you have your hands full with the broadcast, but then on your off day, you've joined us over here. So sorry for making you work a little bit more, but we really wanted to have you on this show today.
So yes, please don't apologize. I was wondering why, since the start of the league stage, and we're almost at the 60-game mark, why haven't I come on this Let's Football Live earlier and sooner? I know I'm never too busy for any Hero ISL commitment. I love being here. So can I just start hitting Vincenzo with the questions already?
Let's go.
I have the go ahead. All right, here you go. Vincenzo, strap yourself in. So it's no state secret. It's known to all that you were kind of, there was talk about you managing Northeast United FC even before the start of the season. So can you tell us why that didn't happen? And then what made you come back now and take up the post?
Yeah, it was an interview with Northeast United in the beginning of the season, but the club was choice another coach. Right now, I am pretty motivated to doing well with Northeast United, and I'm come back because it'll been 2 years consecutive with Gokulam Kerala. That my dream was always to join ISL club to do the best also with this competition, and really finally I get the opportunity with Northeast United, and it's like my new club. It's already 2 games that we have done, and so far it will be great experience, even we lost both, so I'm so happy to be here back in India and to new challenge in ISL.
Vincenzo, I'll come in with the next question over here. You've come in at a bit of a challenging time for the club because before you joined, the club hadn't won a single game, 10 straight losses, and it's a unique situation for any head coach to be in because it has to be tough. So how are you approaching your time with Northeast, and how do you think you can fix things it's not an easy answer, of course, but what I'm really looking for is what is your immediate approach, your first objective with the club that you find yourself in this situation?
Yeah, you're right. When you all continue to lose in many games, you get disappointed from management, you get disappointed from the club supporters, and maybe the moral of the guys is a bit low, but we from the first day that I come, I start to change the methodology of the training. The guys that are a bit no fit for this league, and so we start to improve the physical training, and we also improve our attacking style because we try to propose a different kind of football, totally different. Many times the previous coach was more defending, demanding with the players, and with me for sure we try more to attack. This we can see even in the last 2 games that we done, we scored 4 goals, but it's so important to have a good balance, to find a balance between attacking, defense, and to be competitive. To be competitive at 100% in ISL, you need to be focused from the first minute till the last minute, and try to have a strong mentality to reach some problem, because during 90 minutes they can happen many difficult moment, but if you are smart, if you are focused on the game, you would be successful during the game.
Vincenzo, since you mentioned the 2 games that you have been in charge of, I have to bring that up. So you made 6 changes in your first, 6 changes in your second, and which was expected for you to tinker because you've just come in, you're getting to know your best 11, the best player that's fit. Now, despite the results, what are the key takeaways from those games from you? Have you found your strongest players in their right positions? Are there any positives that you've picked up? And if so, are you expecting things to kind of work in your favor, at least till the end of the league stage this season?
Well, definitely, I find out a lot of good data. As I say, the first thing with me, we're going to shoot 14 times in the last game. So we try to create more difficult for opponent team. Example in Goa, we propose many counter-attack, fast counter-attack, and we really go near to the score for the first half and the second half. And in Goa, lost at home only versus Bangalore. The rest of the team, all the time they go 2-3 goals. So Goa is quality team, and we perform so well. I'm happy. Going ahead with performance, we lost, but we learned something. As I say, the most principal problem of our team is like physically, because the club, the team and the player that are a bit low. But I'm very positive in the new coming games that something positive will come. And I believe also in all players that I was here. I really believe in all players. Many times I listen, I go to some social network. They say change the player, change the foreigner, change. It's not like this. The players that are enough, there are good quality. We need to work mentally and physically with them, and tactically, of course. And I'm sure that positive stuff will come. I work in India in the last 2 years, and I know that they need each Indian player, each foreigner, each player need to believe in the coach. So I hope that the guys they will deliver in the future for me, and I hope they will change the performance of the club and also the result.
Vincenzo, you've worked and been successful in India. In fact, you're the only coach to have won the I-League title in 2 consecutive seasons. You've also, in the process, set records on the way. So let's talk a bit about your time in the I-League now. Did you enjoy your time in the I-League? First of all, let's start with that.
Yeah, of course, I enjoy. It's been a fantastic, amazing experience.
Yeah.
First of all, for making the record. Second of all, because really Gokulam Kerala, the president of Gokulam Kerala, the staff, the GM of the club was follow me all my requests, and this is make us like a champion, because when you have one president, when we have one management that they believe in you and they give free hand to operate.
Yeah.
The player, by the selection, by everything, also by even sometimes the hotel that was choosing everything. And this is so important for us, for me, as a coach. It was. Plus, I learned a new culture here in India. The Indian player, they are amazing. The behavior, the people, not only Indian player, also the people around. So far, I feel like at home. I think in all my career, I never been like also Indonesia was so nice people, but really India, amazing people, and so far many culture in one country, in many states. But
it's almost like many different countries inside one country, isn't it? It almost feels like that sometimes. But my follow-up to that, Vincenzo, is that given that you had that success you did in the I-League, from a tactical point of view, right, how would you compare the 2 leagues, the I-League and the ISL? Because you've managed in 2 games over here so far. So what are the differences between the 2 leagues from maybe a coach's point of view that you may have observed so far?
Well, last years I was criticized from all supporters of ATK Montbagan when I beat ATK Montbagan 4-2. Everybody attacked me because I would say sometimes it's more easy to play versus ATK Montbagan than Real Kashmir. I want to explain this. It's normal that ISL club, they have a better quality in many positions. Because we have already many clubs, they have a foreigner where they can make a really big difference. But I can say also that in I-League you can find a really quality player, and we can see that each year. Example here, and there is my ex-2 player Emil Benny and GT that was playing Gokulam. So, and many club as Hyderabad, as Goa, as each club from ISL take player from I-League. So many players, even they don't play in I-League, they go to ISL, they play. I mean, it's important the selection of the player, and it's important the same thing really I-League for give the best player to ISL. It's two different leagues, but I can say that many clubs as the top 5, like Strinidi or Mohammedan or Gokulam and Punjab. I mean, they have Real Kashmir. They have a really quality player who can play also in ISL. And many times maybe they can be more competitive than ISL club. This is my opinion. Maybe I will, if you repeat this question at the end of ISL, I will answer better in proper way in terms of technique of the player, in terms of tactic of the player. Yeah. But we can see that even about tactically, they have a coach in that ex-coach of Premier League in many teams they have, and ex-coach of La Liga. So they have already, the quality of ISL is very high. And I think also national team, they all the time they contribute with ISL to reach a good level of football.
I'll be sure to ask you this question at the end of the ISL. I promise I will keep that in mind. And when the Hero ISL is about to get over, I will ask you once again, now what do you think, having tasted both? But we know that you've tasted great success managing Gokulam Kerala in the I-League, you know, back-to-back titles and all of that. So from that experience itself, as a head coach, as a manager, what do you take forward that will help you from that experience, not just in the Hero ISL, but anywhere else in your managerial career? These things that you learned, that you picked up with your time at Gokulam Kerala in the I-League will help you moving forward. What are those things?
Be a family is the first one.
Yeah.
When you have family in the team, when you love each other in the team, you can win each player, each team. I really love to put focus on this on the team. Still, my player, there are no in this way, I can say, but as soon possible, we are compact as family. We can beat each team in ISL. And this is the principle. And the second, of course, as I say, if you don't run for reach the ball, you need to fight compact all together. So it's like, it's important to be together always in attacking phase, in defensive phase, and everybody must have one rule, but all together need to cooperate with one goal. This is so important.
Well said, Coach. Well said. Now, I'm sure all the supporters of Northeast United FC are looking forward to that first result of the season. It's not been, the season's not been very kind to them so far, to put it very honestly. But if now since you're part of the team now and you're at the helm of things, Coach, what is the one thing that you feel like you need to change in order to get that first result and get the team back on track as you see things right now?
As I say, become a family. I want the team start to soon be a family. I want that the team start to be unique. And this is can create us more start to win, start to prepare ourselves for the next game. Be love for this job, be in love. If I love to be head coach of Gokulam Kerala in the past years, I love to be coach of Northeast United. For me, Northeast United is the best club in the world now. And I want the guys, they think the same way. I want the guys, they think, okay, I'm Northeast United is the best club in the world. And not think maybe, okay, I can go in another club next year. No, this is the best club this year. This you can reach the best for your life, because maybe next years you don't play any more football, so you don't know. This is what I think all the time. Live the moment and live at 100% your club, what you want from your club, your goals, your ambition to be national team, your ambition to win the game, your ambition to be in the first 11. Be smart enough to understand the possibility that this club gives to you.
Coach, just hearing you say it, and I'm sure I can speak for the entire Highlander Brigade, all the fans from those 8 states of Northeast United FC, it's just so heartwarming and endearing to say family. You're treating this club as family. Now, this is a family that you've inherited halfway through the season. You didn't pick the members of your family. They were already set. They were already given to you because you've come in halfway through the season and taken up this job. The most important thing I'll ask you is, whether it's tactics, fitness, or the most challenging thing, and I've asked this to coaches before when their teams have been on losing runs, it's mental conditioning, it's mental strength. Is that, you think, the first challenge that you need to take care of? Is that the first thing you need to reinforce? That just that mental conditioning, we can do it, we will do it.
Yeah, absolutely. Mental set of the people, mental set of the players. Many times when you lost, all players start to say some stupidness like say, okay, the foreigner that are not so good, the local that are not so good, the management not so good, or the coaches not so good. There are only excuses. They are only excuses. Yeah. They just don't believe in themselves. They must believe more. I want all my players believe in themselves, and we are in the good way to improve this. We are really in the good way to improve this. It's just I hope that some lucky result come for us, and everything will change in one game. It's just one game they can change. I know this. Just I wait one game happen, and also wait for that to happen this. I know they wait so much, but I work for this. I work for this. So each train, each day, motivate at the 100%, and I want my guys they understand more. There are so much nice guys. There are too much nice. I want they become more aggressive in the field. No, I count even the number of the fault. They are very low. They don't make tactical faults. So we need to be more smart in this. We need to be more ready for this league, more ready for India ISL league.
You keep talking about that first win, and every time I interview coaches who are playing against Northeast United FC, and I mean it, Des Buckingham has said this, Joseph Gambao has said this, Juan Ferrando has said this, Manolo Marquez has said this. First of all, they've said Northeast United are not as weak as the results suggest. And second, they call this team the potential banana skin. Someone's going to slip somewhere. That first win for Northeast is going to come. And I know you're waiting for that day to finally happen. It'll happen sooner than later. But what are the realistic targets then? Just right now that you've come in, what are the targets that you've set for the team realistically?
I target on myself first. Try to win one game. And try to make a result, even no win the one game, even one draw. It's positive result for us because it's moved the 0 point, and this is I want for all to understand. For us, it's so important. Start to do something positive. Now we start to have more shooting the target. We start to have more shooting in one game. To try to kick to the goalkeeper. Before, in many times, maybe only 2 or 3. Now 14. Next time we'll see. I want to score for first. We never scored for first in this league, and this is another. We need to understand well what step by step, game by game, and take this as a challenge game by game for us. Next game again, ATK Montbagan is one final, and must be for everybody this mentality. I don't want to say, okay, in the end, the target really is so complicated, because when you start to do something positive, then we can start to say the target that we can do it. So let's make at least 1 point, and make a goal for first and try to do a great performance, try to run in each ball for 90 minutes and be focused on the game. Then we think about the future.
And Vincenzo, while you're at it, you wouldn't mind any reinforcements getting on board in the process either, won't you? Because now it's transfer window time and January is approaching. Could you tell us a bit about how the club is looking at the transfer window? And are there any new signings that you've identified or potential signings that you've lined up and expected to come into the club?
Well, I'm very honest with you. I don't want no speaker. Because if we focus on sign new player, we are not focused on ATK Mobagan game that it will be Saturday. And personally, I'm not thinking too much about recruitment new foreigner or recruitment new Indian. I really trust my Indian player. I make one selection. It was 29. I make already one selection of 24, 25 player. We have one injury. And I will be happy to continue with this player even. I mean, maybe we can change some play because of marketing, because of maybe they play time less. Maybe it can be possible, but as each team in the world. But really, when I come from first that I come and like passing almost 12, 13 days. And I can see that we really improve in this period and we will improve more. In many interviews before the game, everybody asks me, what you think, how many players we will change. I really focus on what on the next game and not think too much about this. If it would be the possibility to change some play in some particular position where maybe we don't have enough minutes for each or rechange for this player, it can be possible, it's okay. But if you know, I really love my club 100%. As I say, it's not only word, it's true. Really sad that I don't start in the beginning of the session because it was a bit different for sure. But I am now I'm focused on the club. I each day with management try to think what we can improve, even in the training, with the staff, with everything, everybody, with the timing, with all.
You were talking about your young Indian boys and how much faith you have in the Indian contingent as well. There's one young Indian boy that you've managed before, Emil Benny. I have to ask you about him. How much have you seen him grow as a player now that, you're his head coach in the Hero ISL with Northeast? And do we expect him to get more game time under you now? Because you're more, you're aware of how much this player has progressed. So first tell me about his progress and then if we can expect to see more.
Well, Emil is inside him. If he want, he can do what no one can do in ISL. But he is dependable team. I really watch Emil as a very big player, like Brandon from Goa, example.
Wow.
I mean, I think Emil, he have a future to be in national team. I say this when I was in I-League. Many times they say, oh, it's impossible. No, what you talk about now is in ISL. And I say, for me, Emil will be a national team player in the future. I don't want to pump too much himself because if he go to Sky, he must work hard and he must run more, fighting more in defensive phase. He must be more aggressive. In the rule that with me he will do it better because he's an amazing player with amazing quality. But also G-Team is another player already with good quality, and we have a lot of players go in our team that is another India player from India under 19 and 18, and he have another talent of our team. And really, Emil will be on top if he really believe in himself. He must start to score. He still not scored one goal, so will start to score. I know this. It's only depend about him. He is going here to score last game against Goa. Next, I hope he will score.
I was going to ask you about Gogoi, Vincenzo, but you answered that question yourself. So I just want to wrap the show up now by, asking you for your thoughts on what kind of support you've had from the fans of Northeast United FC so far, and if you had to send a message to them ahead of the rest of the season? Given how the season's been, what would your message to the Northeast United FC faithful be?
Well, the supporter, they believe in me. I mean, they send many times private message. All the time I read all message. You know, I like to read, and some I can answer, some I cannot answer. Some all the time they propose some foreigner player. Oh, sign him. No, ex-historical player of Northeast United. And I'm happy that they are near to the club, and I'm happy that they are near to me. Many that are very positive in the way that we start to play now, and of course they are upset on the game result. We lost all the time, so we must start to do something more for them. We as a coaching staff, we as a player. So I promise that the thinking change already in the training, already in the game. I know this. And with them support, I hope they come to the stadium to support us, because I know that them support can make it another level to us. They can let us be a plus. And I don't want their game management. I don't want that I gain the previous selection of the player. I want only that they still focus on our player, what we have. I don't want to criticize the player. I say to them many times in the interview, criticize myself. Don't criticize the player. If we lost for me. Finish. Criticize myself. They can say whatever they want against me, but no, the player. The player that are the best player for me in the league. I just think that we need to respect more this player and try to invest in them job and to believe in them more and more, and not criticize only them. Because with the criticize, nothing positive will happen. Criticize manager, nothing will happen. And I can say to them is no, that the manager is the problem at all. Because I believe a lot in what we've done now, that will be more and more competitive for the future.
That first win is coming, Vincenzo. I'm with you. And I've seen that support. I've seen that Highlander Brigade. I've seen that fans filling up the stadium, and there's no feeling like it. Even not just in Guwahati, even at away games, the support that Northeast United FC gets is incredible. That first win is coming. Those wins are coming. That turnaround in the season is just around the corner. It's going to happen. I have a feeling.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your feeling. And I know that the positive stuff will come.
Yes.
Yeah, and we can only thank you, Vincenzo, for speaking with such honesty and such candidness on the Let's Football Live show today. I speak for myself, and I'm sure on behalf of Khuri as well. It's been an absolute pleasure to host you on this evening's show. And like Khuri said, let's hope that first result is around the corner for Northeast, because that's what the club and the fans do deserve going forward. So thank you once again for joining us, Vincenzo.
Thank you for inviting myself. It was a pleasure, and really thank you for your time for this evening for interview for Northeast United.
Right. Absolutely. And for everyone tuning in, we hope you enjoyed that episode of the Let's Football Live show. We will, of course, be here every week with you on Wednesdays, Tuesdays. We know we keep shifting it around. We have the World Cup going on, so we didn't want to have a bit of a clash. But now that that's done, we will be back on the same day at the same time. Until then, we'll see you next time. It's goodbye.
And Jamshedpur have won the Hero ISL.